Baylor's good, and to beat a good team like that, a top 10 team who's very efficient on both ends of the court, you can't have foul trouble, and we had foul trouble. And that, we need Marquise in the game, we need Mike in the game. Luke gave us a great effort. That's the most minutes, I think, of his career. He battled, hustled, did what he could. Obviously, Nijel, you think he can't come back. People know him, and he keeps coming back, making plays. He was exhausted, but we had no choice but to keep going to him because he was the one that was giving us stuff. Obviously, Chachua loves to play against us. I think that's his career high. It's just a tough thing to go against them. It would obviously would have helped maybe have Selton, but we didn't. I hope he gets to a point where he can get some minutes this weekend through Monday, but we'll just have to see. We can't push him because that's his career. So they're just, besides Chachua, Bonner stepped up. I think his career high. Flagler just makes key plays. James, they just smart. They know each other. They push it when they can. We had to be a little smart, a little more disciplined, stay out of foul trouble, and then hope somebody else stepped up for us to give us a chance. But again, I'm proud of our guys. We battled. They care. We came here to win. We didn't, but now we got to worry about getting Iowa State and moving forward.
Thank you, Coach. Who wants to start?
Bruce, you talked about foul trouble. I know Marquise, right after he gets his third foul, he immediately picks up his fourth. What did you tell him after that?
I just told him after he's got to grow up and learn. He's come a long way, guys. From when he first got here over the summer. He's one of the best steals in the league. He's one of the best defenders in the league. He's one of the best assist guys in the league. But he's got to learn some games. You got to feel the game and when to go, when not to. He just sometimes, and he cares so much and he wants to do well. He just kind of overdoes it sometimes. And I thought he lost his poise a little bit, and that was probably the difference for him playing well to help us to give us somebody else beside Nijel.
Is there any one thing about Baylor that makes it such a hard matchup?
Their length and athleticism. We've been able to survive against most teams playing small, and they just, between Brown and Jeremy comes off the bench and Chachua and their length, that it just takes a toll on you as you go, whether it's defensively at the hoop or offensively if they're getting their offensive rebounds. I think they had, they have at halftime, 13 second chance points, so I believe. So that's out of 32 or 34. Think about that. And then they have a couple pick sixes. So think about that. So really, we did a pretty good job defending, but you got to do those other things to give yourself a chance.
You had a foul to give right before the half. Did you want Mike taking that
foul? In the huddle, I said, who has none? And I thought Mike said he did. And then he fouled. Obviously, that it ended up backfiring on us. I didn't know he had one, but we talked about we have foul to give, so that part was good, but not because now he gets a quick one, and now he's got three, and now he doesn't. Obviously, puts us in more of a bind as the game goes on. I didn't say anything about Mark's first half was really good. I mean, he gave us a lot, gave us a chance. Obviously Nijel, pretty much consistent through the whole game. But we just needed one. When we've won, you guys know we have balance at TCU, 4 guys in double figures, and we just needed a couple more guys to give us a little more learning experience. Keep moving forward. Get ready for Iowa State.
Why was Logan Landers unavailable tonight?
He got hurt. He's been hurt. He's had COVID. He's had issues with breathing. Now he has a hip issue. He just had a heck of a time here since December.
Is James Akinjo kind of like the second coming of Jared Butler for Baylor?
Oh, yeah, I mean, he's pretty good. And the one thing they're smart at using the ball screens and waiting and being patient and reading it. I don't have the stats here, but 5 for 14, that's pretty good. But the 8 assists, that's usually, he's usually more a scorer, but for him to get 8 assists is impressive and probably made a big difference. But a lot of them probably were to Chachua for for the dunks. Again, the paint, is huge, 40-24. Second chance is huge. And their bench points, it makes a big difference. And those are the things obviously we competed with them better. There's no doubt. We fought. And then when we got punched in the second half, these guys stood up. We cut it to 8 or 10, and we stood up. But you needed something to go our way, some bounce they had to miss. I think Bonner hit that floater. Maybe Flagler hit a tough one. And then, it's just now you're fighting uphill against some good players.
It appeared you were really committed to go at them in the first half, especially.
Yeah, we talked about attacking. That was our whole thing. We had, again, our guys play hard. They care. They want to win. You can ask them. I think they enjoy each other. But we had to find something, and we said attack. And I thought we did a pretty good job attacking in the first half. Second half probably not as good to get to that point. You still, we only have 8 assists. We have 15 turnovers. Just too many against a really good team that's efficient.
Coach, I was just curious what you thought about the 5-guard lineup there at the end of the game, and if that might be something you use going on.
Yeah, we've used it before, and we just sometimes just to change the pace. Obviously, Mark's got a big body, switch everything, but we got him in a little, it disrupted them a little bit. We tried to go zone one time. I think we might have got it, but then they got the rebound. Maybe they kind of got stagnant for a second, and they got the rebound, but. You got to find something to do to change pace of games, and maybe gave us a little chance, created some stirred up things, and gave us a little chance.
And then it seems like whenever Mike McGurl comes close to double figures, you guys.
And that's what I'm saying. Other guys, and one of the things we talked about, one more pass, get it to him. Mike's been very, very patient, and doing what he can to help us, but other guys got to create for him, and that's where Marquise not there today. We had to find ways to get Nigel shots, Mark get shots. Now can Marquise create for other guys, and that when you ask about why they give us a little bit of problem, their length, their switching defense, and the things that put us in a bind with that.
And then when Marquise Noel picked up his 4th foul, how much does that change his offensive game?
Well, it sits him on the bench, so he's not playing. So that really changes his offensive game. But, he had a couple you got to be smart, disciplined. He wants to win. It means so much to him. But now you can't, we said attack, but not go crazy. We kept telling them, attack, but don't go crazy. And just keep your poise and let the game come, be disciplined. And for the most part, I thought we were, again, you think about it, at halftime, they have all those second chance points and a couple pick sixes. We guarded the heck out of them. So we were pretty good. We just couldn't sustain that. And then with the foul trouble, it just took a toll on us.
Hey, Nigel, how hard was scoring that many points tonight with all the defensive pressure they were putting on?
I was just really taking what the defense was giving me. I was trying to be patient. I knew we needed, every time we're successful, we have multiple scores and a lot of guys help. So I was trying to find some extra help from our teammates because usually we're pretty successful when we have multiple double-figure scores. I think Luke did a great job coming off the bench for us and helping us with that boost there. We just needed a little bit more, and I think we could have been successful.
Mark, why do you think it was hard for everybody, but you 2 guys get going on offense?
Like Coach said, and obviously they're going to focus on Nigel because he's our best scorer, but just they're switching defenses, and it was just different looks. Sometimes we were holding the ball too long, so and their length, so we just kind of got stagnant in the second half, I feel like, and it was kind of tough to score.
Coach, Casey really struggled in his 6 minutes. So what do you think you need from him?
Just more activity. Obviously Chachua, Tamba's not as talented as Chachua, but he's active and he plays hard. And you got to play hard. I thought Davion gave us a little feeling of last year. He blocked the shot, had some energy, but the one thing he kept doing, our coaches kept telling him, he would go, they'd come on the ball screen, the guard would shoot it, and he'd contest it. Now he could never get back and help with the rebounding. The guards there, they can contest to get back and rebound. But, slowly but surely, hopefully we get Davion to give us a little more. Carlton, I thought was okay in the first half. Second half, a little bit. When they made the run, he just didn't have the moxie to stand up against those guys.
Nigel, I think they were talking about how you were getting your eye checked after the game. How's that feeling now?
I feel great. I mean, it was just a little poke in the eye, but something I can get over. Should be good to go.
2 30-point, games this season. How does it feel to just be, so dominant, even with all the, defensive attention you get?
I mean, it just feels good, to be able to hard work to pay off. But, the thing that really matters to me most is getting the win. And every time that this didn't happen, we didn't take a loss, and that really hurts on the inside. Just being a player and wanting to be in the winner so bad that you're willing to do anything to make sure that we win. So that's something I need to focus on and make sure that we get it done next time.
And then, Mark, Coach talked about how missing Selton probably, doesn't help on the defensive end. What do you think about that, not having Selton out there?
Yeah, Selton's definitely a big part of our team, especially defensively, but offensively, he's another good driver. He gets to the basket and he can make shots. And also a playmaker, he makes good reads and stuff like that. So, obviously missing Selton's rebounding and defensive, like we switched 1 through 4 with Selton and, guarding Meyer and those guys. But I thought Luka and Mike did a great job tonight on defense, stepping up to the challenge.
Mark, did Baylor do anything specifically against you defensively in the second half?
No, not really. I just had some, costly turnovers. But I was just being aggressive and trying to get downhill and, just running our offense, what Coach called, and I didn't really see anything different.
Nigel, you guys won in Ames last year. Now that you go back up there on Saturday, is that something you can take with you into that game?
I mean, yeah, definitely take some confidence up there. We know how hard it is to play on the road. Iowa State always has a great crowd, so we know it's going to be really a tough road game to play against. But we got to come with that road dog mentality like we've done so far. We got some good road dog wins at Texas, at TCU. Just another road game for us. We got to be focused. We got to be locked in for these next couple practices, and we got to go in to Iowa State with a good mentality.
And then, Mark, Nigel talked about the road dog mentality. You guys have a chip on your shoulder when you go up to other places and play?
Yeah, I definitely do think we have a chip on our shoulder, and obviously everyone on our team, is trying to prove that that we can make a run and have something special this last part of the season. So we're just taking it one game at a time, and just keep that chip and aggressiveness each game.
And Nigel, have you been in the gym more, even with increased focus? It seems like you're getting your shots up.
I mean, it just really comes to the same thing of just being efficient with my time. I would say. I mean, it's not about how much time I put in, but being efficient with the time I'm putting in. Just getting up shots, game-ready shots that I'm going to shoot, and then when I get in the game, making sure I follow through and do the same thing over and over again. It's like a routine for me, basically. When I get in the gym, just practice doing those shots, game ready. But obviously, I need to practice some free throws because.
Yeah, what the heck is with that?
Yeah, I was talking about Mark too much. Now look at me, but yeah, I need to practice some free throws, obviously. So that's something I'll make sure I need to work on.
I was going to ask you that. You feel like you left some points out there at the free throw line, especially.
Yeah, that's a terrible free throw shooting night, 7 for 10. I mean, that's not the type of player that I am. I always known to shoot well from the free throw line. Just I guess I need to practice that more. But I'll be better next time for sure.
You guys had the success getting to the basket more, it seemed like in the first half. Mark, did they extend their defense a little bit in the second half, or it seemed like you just had a harder time finding a path to the basket?
In the first half, it was just kind of, it was more open. But the second half, yeah, it was definitely, they were a little more in the lane, and we were rotating, kind of trying to pass it out, and they were stealing it. So I just think we just got to be smart and under control and just keep being aggressive, though. Coach always says when we get paint touches, we score more. So maybe just when we get in there, pass it out.
I would think part of it is we had stops in the first half. And we didn't have like pure breaks, but we got a nice drag ball screen and, Mark got in the paint, Nigel getting the paint, Marquise getting the paint. And then, I think we got a nice back cut. You got the layup right on the first half. So, when we didn't get stops, now, when their defense is set and they switch so much. We've had a little success with some of our movement lately, and they switch so much, just not quite as good tonight. That now you got it. They make you play one-on-one because of their switching. and they don't allow you to. And then we still found Nigel on some of our quick hitters and stuff, and they screwed up. But our pure motion, cutting actions, they kind of nullified that. And I thought the second half, they just locked into us a little better.
And Mark, you played in a couple of pretty good leagues now. Where does Nigel rank as a guard, and do you think he's starting to get some recognition now?
Definitely Nigel's really one of the best shooters I played with. I played with some good guards, but he's definitely one of the best scorers I played with. Just, he really doesn't miss too often, and it's fun to play with a guy like that, who can, if we need a basket or anything, you can count on Nigel to make a shot. He's really efficient, and it's also good. He always wants to win too. He's starting to speak up more and be more of a leader in the locker room, and it's really great to play with him.
Is he an all Big 12 guard in your?
I think so. People have a hard time guarding him, and even everyone's so locked in on him now, and he's still putting up great numbers. So it's great to see what he does out there.
I got one more. You had a few really tough layups, contested layups in the first half. Mike had one really, really tough layup in the first half. Do you guys practice contested layups a lot in practice?
Yeah, we do grind out layups, just drills we work on, to finish at the basket. And obviously the word we used was attack, and we were aggressive in the first half, and I felt like I could get to the basket and score. I missed a couple, but I just kept going and was aggressive.
And then, how much does that, make you happy, Coach, to see them, get in the paint more?
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. When we have success, we're pretty good at it. Getting the basket, making the right reads. Again, because of their length, athleticism, I think they contested some. They made it tough on because of the switching to make the next pass to, it's, when you drive and you got to, jump stop, make that read. So, but it's something we got to keep doing. And we got to, when we move, we're good. Again, you guys talk about Nigel with Mark, again, 17-8 and leading the league in rebounding, pretty consistent. I'm really, because early in the year he had, a game here and then, and then, now, what is it, 5 in a row?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. And I hope he keeps that motivated. You're not going to score every time, but you play hard, you do all the things right, you approach it right, you have some pretty good numbers. So we need a little more. Like Luke has wide, he played so hard. He did a lot of good things, but get one of those threes down. It's just some little plays like that might have made a big difference.
And then, Coach, you guys have not played Iowa State yet. They're the only
it's
team
weird,
you haven't
isn't
played. New coach. It's kind of a short week. Does that present any extra challenges for you?
Well, I think, Coach, the one will be even tougher. It's Monday. We played them, but I wasn't there. We only had, 7 guys, and the coaches weren't there. But Coach Henderson's had quite a long time. He's been watching Iowa State. I know he'll be prepared tomorrow. These guys got to stay locked in. It's huge. We got to go get another road win. So, and it'll be, I think they're quad 1. I would think quad 1 road win would be pretty good for our resume.
Any other questions for these guys?
Mark, have you had games when you have the Saturday, Monday tournament?
No, in the SEC you don't have games like that too often. The tournament, SEC tournament, but that was really it.
We're going to have 2 of them coming up, so we got to get ready. Nigel's got to get a cold tub, massage, got to get that body back. Mark they got some energy. So our chapel today was, the theme was about perseverance, and that's what our team's got to do. I don't know if you know this, Chinese bamboo tree, when it's planted, it doesn't grow for 5 years. And it gets sunshine, water, nourishment, doesn't grow. But in that 5th year, it grows 80 feet, 2 feet and a day. So we're just going to be like that Chinese bamboo tree. Keep getting better, keep growing, and hopefully have a success at the end.